Hello everyone, welcome to another test stream. Why isn't my camera working? It's a good question. Why isn't my camera working? Am I out of power on the USB thing? Let's try turning it off and on again. Usually solves everything. Deactivate, activate. It blinks white and then it doesn't turn on. Let me try another USB port. I'm out of webcam today, apparently. Was working a little while ago. Maybe just need a reboot. Can't really reboot the whole machine right now, though. I have stuff already prepared and running. So I guess today we will be without webcam. One thing we will be with, apparently, is packet losses, because they're back. I was also still trying to figure out if I should do something about putting the name of the contestants on top of their screen. I'm unsure. Well, obviously I can do that. The question is how to highlight it so it's easy to swap around, if that makes any sense. Let's try something while we still have some time. 20 minutes to go, so it's not gonna start immediately. Still have some time to tweak some stuff. So ideally what I wanted to do is put like the names of each player here, like on top. The trouble with that is that for this specific session I know that it's 6. But for Inertia's session itself, it could be a lot more, an unknown amount of, which could make things troublesome. Like, for example, if one of them runs, or I have to put them on the right place, it just makes the whole thing a bit harder to manage. I also thought of maybe extending the shader encounters window that I'm using as overlay to make like a full screen window and put actually the name on top of the thing, on top of the window, so that you would be exactly matching, or I would have a visual reference where to put the Bonsomatic window. So that's an idea, not for this stream obviously, but for Inertia. If I can find a graphic designer, that would be swell. Another thing that I was working on was putting this on full screen. So if I do this and click a button, it goes into full screen mode, into full screen mode, like this, which is handy. Should probably disable the mouse on those two screens. Shouldn't show. Wow. OBS is giving me some weird bugs. So I can show you, we still have time. So this is the OBS screen. Beware of inception. So screen 1 here, properties, capture cursor. It's showing. It's still showing, but when I click OK, it's still showing. Well, it wasn't showing a while ago. Oh yeah, this one still shows, but if I go to the full screen, it's not showing. Because it's disabled here. So weird shit. Like on full screen, it disables properly. If I have it here, it doesn't disable properly. That's really weird. Yeah, the buffering and dropping frames, it's my ISP. It's been happening like that a few times. It's not but I can show you the tool stat. No, it's not the computer choking or OBS choking. It's my internet itself. We had same issue with a few live streams on the past week. Although yesterday was pretty smooth, so I was hoping that today was okay as well. And I'm hoping that this will work. If this starts getting way too slow by some reason, I can close these down and just hot launch them. So that's the test we're gonna do today. Also, I'm gonna put Task Manager open. Not for you guys to see, but for me to take a look at what's happening with performance. So right now it's eating, well, I can show you guys. 12%, so not much, but it's just a tunnel. So it makes sense. Waiting to see what happens when we start ramping things up. We've seen 2080 die like that. I guess it depends if you have Gargai coding in DirectX or not. Oh, we'll see, we'll see. We'll see what happens. If they start choking very badly, I'll just close them down, and it's easy to relaunch. So right now I closed YX, and I have a launcher here for YX. So boom, YX is back. So it's pretty fast, pretty thing. So so yeah, we'll see how it works out. I can make smaller thumbnails as well. I mean, that's what this test is for, to see what we can squeeze, what works and what doesn't, what we can throw on the screen. Because initially I had thought of smaller thumbnails even, but I think the most issue is actually when you are recompiling the shader. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I know, it's F11. F11, hide the code. The problem with hide the code is that it also hides the name of the person. I think I need to recompile a version upon so that still shows the name of the person. Recompiling is only a problem with DirectX. Okay. I can also try to make it like smaller thumbnails, like this big, if it starts dragging too much. We'll have to see what people code. No OpenGL, it barely notches the CPU performance. It's okay. I think I'll put my text manager here so you guys can actually see. Because I think you're as curious about this as I am. Can I put this via OBS somehow? Might be smarter. Although OBS is acting weird today, so I don't know. I think I need a reboot. Window capture. New one. Okay. Okay, so these are our stats. I guess I can put them here. Although the chat will be happening there. Decisions. Yeah. What if I move this chat here? Is this okay? Can you guys see things all right? I know it's crappy setup, but you know, don't have any graphic designer, you end up with things like this. So I wonder if I put one full screen and it's very heavy. I wonder if it's smart enough to not be rendering the other ones on the background, but probably not. Let's see the spike on CPU when I maximize this. Not that much, but again, it's the tunnel. Okay, y-axis, she's connected. Or maybe I need to restart this. Hold on. Alkama, is your server up? Alkama, do you need to create the secret room? Is this what we're missing? That explains things. Nope. Well, people are having connection issues. Well, me trying to connect gives me this error that you see right here. Code 200, and they are having HTTP code 200. Trying to connect as a sender, not just as a grabber. I thought this was just because they're not on, but they are complaining that they are having the same issue. Let's try to resolve the connectivity issues with our host alkama. Let's see. Oh, I'm still getting connection failed. Let's see if the guys can connect a sender. Hey, blackle. See, the music is way too loud. Nope, I still can't connect, alkama. Commercial break in progress? Which... Ah, yeah, Twitch might play some stuff. Which is weird, because I'm not affiliate with Twitch. But maybe they automatically put stuff. Alkama says this on this server. That's weird. That's weird. Let's see if I can get Alkama to join the Discord so we can figure out what's happening. It apparently says that the server is running fine. It shouldn't have changed the port, so it should be okay. So I'm not sure if the guys on the stream can hear you guys on the voice chat here on Discord. I think they can.
Hello, chat. Welcome to
Bonsomatic live debugging.
Yeah.
Let me recheck the port. Sport 9000. What did the... Maybe the port is wrong. Let me check. What did he post to me?
I get HTTP for 200.
Supposedly ports 9000 and 80 are open, so we're using port 9000. It should just be working.
Yeah, mine's still just showing that same error.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Let's see if I can...
Oh, let me mute the stream so I can't hear myself coming back 10 seconds later.
Yeah, feedback.
Yeah, so
feedback is the mind killer.
So basically, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay. So to answer garbage truck, that the server does, it's basically an echo server. So whatever is sent is received by all the people connected as receiver. So you can take any echo server and do the job.
But it's still giving connection failed when you try to connect. Drone.alkama.com 9000/shader-royale/visy. Is it maybe because of the hyphen?
I think it only accepts. Oh, maybe that's it. Let me look at the source code. I
Okay,
think
let's-
I only accept 32 characters and with a set of defined characters.
Okay, let's
let's
try to
check
remove
on
the
this,
hyphen then. And see
Yeah,
what
probably.
happens.
I think I limited the number. I didn't want people to put some French stuff here. So let me check what I put as main.go. Boom, boom, boom. Yes. So
Yeah.
only letters and numbers, guys.
Okay.
And
So,
16
when we
characters
start
maximum
this-
for the. So you have maj numbers, and 64 characters for the key maximum and 16 characters for the nickname.
Okay.
So I guess the next patch to Nissan's version will actually enforce that when you're typing things in.
Yeah, in the client, it's two different people on the client and the server, and that's what you get. But
Yeah.
nobody
you
tried
could-
to make a room like that before, so it's a
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time. So I wasn't understanding because server is like it's running, everything is fine.
It's
You had me
always
reboot it
running.
and it was running, so
Yeah, it looks like mine's working now.
yeah, of course
Okay.
it's
What's the
working. It's in Go. Why do you want it to? I will die before it restarts.
See, the devious part of my brain is now thinking, like, with this remote shader setup, is there a way that I can, like, hard crash PS's computer? with the
Yes.
shader?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
A big OpenGL horrible thing, and
That's what we're testing right now, is how badly this will crash
Yeah.
when I try to have too many shaders up.
Yeah. I will try not to do anything too complex, but I make no promises for evil.
I just have to delete my textures from Scotia.
Oh, that's a good
And-
point.
Flopine
Yeah.
is still missing, and I'm missing one. Writer's offline. Blackle, you're offline. You're supposed to be online now.
Yeah, I'm joining again. 1 second.
Okay. Who am I missing? I'm missing someone. Visy, that's who I'm missing. Okay.
I try to
and
compile a Mac version of Bonzomatic.
Alkama, do you want to join coding, or you're just watching?
If I can compile a version that is able to connect, yes. But I'm on Mac now, so it will be fun.
We have Flopine.
Hey Flopine, welcome. You have to use the room name without the hyphen. And you're way too low in volume by some reason, but I'll increase you here. The room name cannot use an hyphen, otherwise it will fail to
Oh.
connect.
It's only
minus,
Majmin and numbers.
Yeah, I thought about it. Like I was, okay. Why is there special character in the name of the room? Okay, let's try.
Because it's PS, he's always exotic. Like he does strange things, and he complains that it breaks. Like next time we will put Chinese characters there, and we will be like, how do I
Arabic.
type that? Like,
Arabic stuff.
oh yes.
Okay, so we have 4 things connected. The CPU hasn't melted yet, although it has 60 something %. So I guess it's acceptable.
I should be online now.
Yes, you are live. VC is also live. We're only missing Writer, but he should connect in a little while.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
For my Bonzo.
You can download a new version if you don't have it. And I don't know how you guys managed to join this voice chat before you had the Shader Royale role, because this is supposed to be Shader Royale only, but apparently not. Apparently permission says otherwise. Huh. Okay, well, something to fix.
So which textures do we have?
There is a key to show them. F2. F2 shows you the
Yeah.
textures.
So we're using the default textures.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of I guess the problem with the remote setup is it's just going to use the textures that are on PS's machine.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
just
true.
remember last time there were some custom textures. If I recall correctly.
Yeah, I could maybe do something like that for the official event at Inertia. Like give a predefined something different.
Yeah. You would of course have to send that out to everyone so that they can use the
Yeah, yeah.
remote machines as well.
Yeah,
I'm back.
welcome back.
I haven't done any live shading in like 2 months.
Yeah, me either. I think the last live shading I did was the outline one. So
Oh yeah, that was great.
yeah, that was good fun.
Okay, I guess we're missing
I just connected.
I just connected? Okay. Still says offline. Did you remember to remove the hyphen?
Oh wait. Just a moment.
Or are you using a fancy nickname different than just writer?
No, it's writer.
No, because we are.
Okay, so rules for people who just joined. It's going to be slightly different from Shader Showdown, but not that extremely different. So the idea is that we are going to have everyone shader coding at the same time. We're going to give them a starting time of around 15-20 minutes for them to build up the original starting code. And then after that, we're going to start having random encounters. And what happens on the random encounter is that 2 or 3 or 4 people are going to be randomly selected to do battle, and you guys on the chat get to vote who gets thrown out and who remains in the pool. And then we go again with the random encounters until we have 1 person left, and that person will be the winner of the Shader Royale. Everyone clear on the rules? Any one of the contestants have any questions before we get started?
That seems so exhausted.
Do you
I did not-
receive me?
Yes, we can hear you, writer. I heard flopine very vaguely. I didn't understand the
No,
question.
I mean Bonzo. Do you receive my
Yes,
Bonzo?
yes, I see you
that
live.
is-
Oh,
that is
okay.
live.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I just, it seems like super tiring.
Super tiring. It won't be that long because there will be battles with like 4 people at the same time. So it won't. I don't think we will reach an hour. And this one is just 6 people, so it won't reach an hour for sure. Anyways, if you're all ready, then you can start coding. Go.
Oh, okay.
This.
Off we go.
Hello.
Okay, Truck is asking the hard questions. Why is it calling it a Royale if you're not using Royale rules? Okay, Truck, explain to us what are the Royale rules that you are talking about? Do people have to murder each other and not the audience murdering people? Is that what you mean? And the music that's playing right now is from Luguber. It's not his official live stream because he wasn't live streaming today, but he sent me some mixes from his old stuff to still have Luguber sounds mixing on the background. I'm curious when you all have something on the screen different from the tunnel or a black screen or a gray screen, what will happen to my GPU and CPU if I need to start closing things or not.
Yeah, my shader might drop everybody to 1 FPS, so yeah, might happen.
And
Well,
another
have-
thing,
Something.
I should be pretty light.
let's try to show some stuff on full screen while you guys are coding away. It says YX, white on black, very fashionable. Oh, a circle. Let's look at writer. Writer just has black. And another of the rules that we were trying to implement to speed up this initial process is to allow people to copy paste like one-liner functions and that kind of code, the boilerplate code that you always have to repeat. But most
we do
of the
that?
guys, well, you can just copy paste if you want. Some of the guys, Evil and YX, were more interested in doing stuff from scratch. So if that's how you roll, go for it. This is not like an official compo. If you want to copy some stuff, you can copy. Just don't copy like a whole shader. Like try to only copy the minimum function, one-liner kind of stuff.
Yeah,
scared
I
of
just
doing any kind of
copied
copy.
my intersection because I don't remember it.
The intersect plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that on the official rules that will be cheating, but we'll let it pass. Pass.
Well, yeah, I didn't. You just said it's
Okay, it's okay. I mean, people voting will judge you. if you were misled by me, or if it was. But it's fine. It's not a serious competition. It's just a tester to see if my machine melts or not, and what we can do about layouting and that kind of stuff.
What kind of GPU?
I just have the 6 images on screen right now, and I'm thinking if I have a lot of shaders, I will not be able to have 6 instances happening. So I will have to either have very small thumbnails and pray, or close stuff and open as new things are required to be shown. Let's take a look at visy. Seems to be taking a little while longer. Still setting stuff up, letting the tunnel run its course. Let's go back to the chat and see if Truck managed to explain Royale rules properly. And Reed zoned out for the entire introduction. That helps. They have to toss one of the other contestants over to the top rope, and both feet have to hit the floor. That's the Royale. Also, there are rules about entering, which is staggered. I guess it depends which Royale you've seen. I know the Hunger Games, and I know the Japanese movie, Battle Royale. But, I mean, it was kind of hard to find people living in a college willing to randomly get murdered for shader coding. So we had to improvise a little bit in that regard. Let's take a look at blackles. She already has some balls on screen, not touching, with some weird lighting on them. Looks nice. Catching up with the chat, they're just talking about wrestlers. That makes sense. Haven't really been paying attention to the minutes, but I guess around 9:25 we'll do one of the rounds to figure out who is battling who. Right now everyone is still setting stuff up. Wayak seems to be having a good time. Circles moving. Flopine as some sort of a cube. Maybe a hypercube. And VC still has a tunnel. It's doing the march function though. So eventually we'll have something else going besides the tunnel. My machine is holding up pretty well so far. Didn't even notice that we changed from tunnels to something else.
Which GPU do you have?
GTX 970. So it's not that good, but so this can be, if you're really mean and if you're hating the result, you can try to crash my machine and end the compo. That's like the easy way out. Yes, if we discuss Battle Royale in terms of the Japanese movie, which incidentally had a winner, Shinji Miyamoto, though he was killed right after winning, but he won, then yeah. I mean, I did watch that Battle Royale movie, and it was pretty good. It was interesting how they managed to westernize that concept, because and movies as well, obviously. Yeah, the freezes are my ISP. It's not my CPU just yet. It's my ISP that's crappy on busy hours. This is like prime time hours in Portugal right now, Everyone is watching their digital TV box with 4K resolution, sucking up everyone's internet. So we get some packet losses, which is carrying me a little bit. It seemed to be resolved yesterday, but today it's back again. I know the audio doesn't break, but the video stutters a little bit and freezes a little bit, which for graphical stuff, it's oof. Anyways, let's take another look at the screen of everyone. YX, circles moving back and forth.
Oh god,
And
whoops.
heavy flashes.
Sorry.
No one with epilepsy left on the demo scene, so it's fine. Wrighter has a black screen. Looks good. I approve. Flopine transformed that hypercube into something really nice. It's abstract and it looks pretty cool. I like that. Sort of a sphere in there. Or half a sphere, a quarter sphere. Interesting. Blackle has some, I don't know what to call this, cylinder in the middle of a thingy.
I don't know what I call this either.
Cylinder stuck in a blob field. Starting to look good. And Evil has a cube with some shading on it. Broski. That's why he needed a few more minutes. VC has an egg, black egg, going back and forth. It's no longer a tunnel. We're still setting up stuff, so I think it's fine. Still plenty of time. And my GPU hasn't crapped up yet, so that's good as well. So let's test something, which is to fast open someone. Like if I was overloading the system right now, if I could close someone and open it up real fast. First I need to prepare the folder for that stuff. Should be this one. So let's try. It's not that bad. The main problem is that you show this stuff on the background, which I guess is okay. Still have a few minutes until the first random encounter happens. I'm gonna drink my tea before it gets cold. And the people in the chat, if you can't hear things very well, let me know. I fear that I should be putting the chat sound louder and the music lower, but let me know if you heard any of the chat at all besides me speaking. What's the random encounter read? Well, I'm glad you asked that. So a random encounter will happen after about 20 minutes into the event that we're happening, that is happening right now. And we will be clicking this fight button that you see on the left side of your screen, or right side of your screen. And this will determine two people to battle each other to the death. And by battling each other to the death, it will just be you guys voting on the Twitch chat. Truck asks, there's chat, so apparently no one could hear anything that anyone else is speaking. So I guess that's fine. I can try to fix that though. We try to lower the music a little bit more. Well, everyone is quiet right now, but
Yes.
believe me, there is chat.
Loading.
Well, now you might have heard someone. Which button on which side of the screen? The one that says fight. I know you're trolling me, Reed. I know you're trolling me. Hey, you're a graphic designer. Do you want to have this important lifetime mission to make something decent out of this, or decent looking, let's call it, in terms of visual placement of the OBS elements on top of windows that open for a shader Royale that will happen with hopefully even more people than just the 6. Because as you can see, my graphic design skills are -2, so I could really use some help in that department. Anyways, let's take another look at the shaders. Y-axis transforms stuff into a plane, so now circles open and close in a plane. Or 2 planes. Nice. Meanwhile, wrighter has stuff in black and white. Not moving. I guess he's debugging stuff. Alright. Still plenty of time. And flopine has multiplied her abstract shape even more, now occupying the entire screen. It looks pretty good though. When this gets colors and has some motion, it's gonna be sick. Blackle already has motion. Now it looks like chocolate, I guess, with the thing that is sticking is like a rolled wafer. I don't know what you call it.
I don't know either.
But it's that you had in mind, or did you just put a piece of a random thing protruding from a chocolate blob? Okay.
Thank you. No, I want chocolate. Really, thank you. But I don't have some.
Oh, and evil suddenly has this massive thing. It looks very evilish in terms that it's white and blue and black, so it's definitely evil style. It has some glow already on it, so that extra time setting stuff up worked very well. Is my CPU and GPU crapping itself just yet? No, it's handling pretty well. 46%, 20%, even aren't even making my GeForce sweat. I say before my machine dies. Welcome new people to the chat. Visy is doing some weird stuff, mostly 2D effects overlaying each other, messing around with colors, looking very experimental, very Visy. And 21:18, so we still have like 5, maybe 10 minutes until the first encounter. And the idea is that how this differs from the standard shader showdown is that, well, first we don't have just 1 versus 1, we have everyone coding at the same time, which gives a lot less dead time early on, because we can talk about all the different contestants instead of just 2 people. And since we have multiple rounds, hopefully it will be longer than the 25 minutes, so people who do well early on will have time to polish their effect a lot longer until the final random encounter. So that was the main idea. Now I'm wondering if it will work in practical terms. Blackle turned her sea of chocolate into a sea of goo. Green goo. And YX turned her plain circles into... I don't know what to call this without sounding insulting. I don't want to call it eye cancer, but the stroboscopic nightmare? I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
You're getting there. All the colors of the rainbow. You've been taking Dutch color scheme classes, haven't you?
Yeah, I recommend those. Those are good lessons.
Yeah, Visy effects.
No colors intimately with Dutch colors.
Yeah. We need to use all the colors. Visy's effect is starting to look a lot nicer, with some different blending between the different effects and stuff. Still looking quite experimental. Oh, and writer stuff now starts to rotate. Nice. Oh, and he uses like a little bit of a texture to give it some extra depth. Nice little touch. See how that works out in the end. So if this was the real Inertia demo party, Shader Royale, we would already be having a live encounter. And one of you, or two of you, would be shaking their boots. But since it's not, we're gonna give you a few more minutes. Florian saying that Twitch stream is completely gone for me. Yeah, these packet losses are a nightmare. The good news is that the longer the stream goes, the better it gets, because we start getting away from prime time in Portugal. So not that many people using internet, less packet losses, but it's annoying me a little bit. Because yesterday it was fine. Truck is saying that it's not lost, but do you still have freezes, or is it a buttery smooth experience now? I bet you still have some freezes. I mean, my OBS blinks orange and red occasionally, so I know you're getting packet losses. Yeah, Trucks, thanks for unlocking the Restream.io achievement of receiving 100 message today. I appreciate that. I don't know what that does for me. Anyways, let's take another look at all of the shaders. YX is more transparent now. It's looking pretty good. Going back to the primal colors. We call it primal colors or primitives? I don't know. Primal sounds wrong. Anyways, writer's shaders starting to shape up. I like how visceral it looks. Like the rawness of the lines.
Mine turned out to be CGA and I didn't even aim for that. It just turned out that way. I
Natural
like the
CGA.
colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pink and cyan are just the perfect combination. Or purple and cyan.
Mm-hmm. They do combine well. Flopine also went for some CGA.
Sure.
Her shader actually looks more CGA than yours does, Visy.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's got the grays there I see on the other window. That's nice.
I noticed the other day, because I didn't realize where CGA came from, and it's because of the low bitness that people had on the early computers. Like, they didn't want to give the bit depth that much bytes because they didn't have memory or something like that. So
yeah.
They ended up, you know, cutting all the primary colors in half, and that's how you ended up with the CGA palette. I had no clue on
It
that.
just comes naturally through the color matte there. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
Oh, Truck is being picky. CGA palette has 2 varieties, okay?
Yeah, there's the red, yellow, green version, and then there's the pink, white, blue version.
Yep.
The pink, white, blue one's better.
I got the white and blue here as well, because it's on the other side of the multiplication. Surprise, surprise.
Okay, let's give another round, and then we're gonna start up with the random encounters thing. So YX's shader looks with a lot more white background. I kind of like this better.
Yeah, I think it looks nicer this way around.
Pretty cool. Nice stuff. I lost my mouse cursor. Where's my mouse? There it is. Writer changing the background color. Wow. Writer's really doing something different. I like that. Alternative looking. Have no clue how to call this, but it looks good. Flopine, still the same shape, CGA colors, but now they have a little more motion. This might need a little bit more polish, in my humble opinion, but starting to look good. Blackle has uprisen the stick thingy into a sort of abode, whatever you call this, arc. Looks good. Looks more realistic now, like a grass field sort of thing. Evil is miles ahead of everyone, though. You guys need to step up. Evil has glow. He has wobbling thingies. I was gonna say transparencies, but it's not really transparency. Has some fog. Okay, fog is cheap to have, but looking pretty darn good, Evil. And visy is still experimenting with stuff. Mostly black and white, some color bleeding over there. Those multiplications. Pulling their toll, I guess. But it's cool in its own way. Okay, so, moment of truth. We're gonna click the button that Reed still doesn't know where it's located, and we're gonna assign 2 random people. The first round is always 2 people, the second round is always 3 people, and then after that is random amount of people from whoever is left. And there was a logic behind this. Don't ask me what it is right now, but there was some logic behind it. I think the logic was that since the first round people still haven't quite finished setting stuff up, it's better not to have that many, so only 1 person gets thrown out. That was the logic, I think. And then on the second one, we wanted to have more stuff happening. Apid Rex, thank you for starting your IT. Looking forward to receiving it. Keep the Portuguese tracking scene alive. We don't have that many tracking musicians left in Portugal, I fear. Okay, anyways, let's randomize this. Click the big red button. Actually, it's blue, not red. And the first round will be between blackle and flopine. So now I'm gonna try to start a poll of some sort. And I hope the bot will help me. And I fear that this will probably not work. Round 1. Blackle. Flopine. And if this works, I have a feeling this doesn't work. I fear that this call would work if I would be doing it straight on Twitch. If I don't do it on Twitch, then it doesn't work. Do we stop coding while they go head to head? No. You keep coding. Well, you can stop if you want, but you don't have to. I'm gonna try to get this the poll working on Twitch, because that will be our main system anyways. New window, set a view. Let's go to Twitch, see if this thing works. Did I disable Nightbot? Could that be it? Thing works without. Okay. What about this? Does this work here? Nightbot, are you there? I might have disabled Nightbot and don't remember. Let me check who is online. Yeah, Nightbot is not here, so I probably disabled it. Anyways, it would just throw you to a poll thing, to a poll website, so it doesn't really matter. You guys can vote directly. So what we'll do right now is that I will show you both of the shaders in full screen for a couple of minutes, and then you guys will just name whoever you prefer on the chat, and we'll try to count it. Not very serious voting way, but we don't have Woohoo installed right now, so this is the best we'll go. So, first, we have Blackle, without comment things. Yeah, see some movement happening there. Give it up for Blackle, everyone. And now we're gonna take a look at flopines, which looks like this. And now it's the moment of truth. Now people on the Twitch chat and YouTube, I guess as well, you'll have to name which one you think is best. So please, between blackle and flopine, who do you think should keep going? I know it's hard. It's hard to decide, but you have to make those hard decisions. You have 1 minute to vote. So type now. I'm gonna show the shaders again. Yeah, this would work a lot better with a live voting system. I'm forced to agree. This is blackle, and this is flopine. They won't stop, truck. They won't stop. Vote now or regret it forever. They're trying desperately to swing your vote on the last possible second. Flopine changed her style completely.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
I'm doing it too. This is why I like working in Blender, because I can just tweak the nodes like 8 hours a night. Don't even have to write a line of code.
Just change everything once in a while.
Just draw some lines and change the parameters and render, drink tea.
Okay, now people instead of voting are having a dissertation on why it's bad not to freeze. Okay, with live voting this would be a lot easier. You would just have like 1 minute to vote. And that's it. Either you vote or you're screwed. And now Evil is voting on wrighter, which is not even... The people competing right now for staying alive are blackle or flopine. So you have to vote in one of those. Okay, I'm gonna decide on the winner. Subjectively based on the few votes that we got from people too confused to know how to vote. I'm gonna determine that Floppy will be exercised from our experiment on the shader Royale. Thanks for participating, Blackle. You can keep coding if you want. So I'm gonna cross you out and people won't vote on you next. Let's go directly to the next. I'm giving constructive criticisms for if you can't get live voting, a way to make this work. I can't get live voting, so we will get that working on the final version. The next round will be between these three people: Writer, Evil, and Flopine. So we'll have the same thing. You have to write on the chat which one do you prefer. I'm going to show you all three of them in order a couple of times, and you have to vote. Vote now, vote last minute, but you have to vote. Well, you don't have to vote, but it will be pretty silent on the chat if you don't. Anyways, first up, Writer.
Wait, we're doing this separately?
I'm showing your shader on screen right now. And next up we have Evil. You have to vote on the winner, by the way. And if two people tie for the winner place, both of them move forward.
Oh, okay.
So this is Evil shader. And then we have Flopine, which already changed from the previous version. So have that into account. Everyone is having trouble voting. Gonna give another round. Now in full screen. It says Writer. This is Evil. And this is Flopine. Last minutes or last seconds to vote. I think we have a tie right now. No, now we no longer have a tie. Last overview. This is Writer. This is Evil. Should probably give more time on each one of them instead of just a couple of seconds. And this is Flopine. Chuck is voting on the new blackle version. You get comeback points, blackle. If people start voting for you instead of everyone else, you get to come back into the shader Royale. Anyways, I think this round, by a small margin, is won by Writer. So both Flopine and Evil will get thrown out. And we'll have left YX, Writer, and visy. So we're gonna cross out Evil and Flopine. And we're gonna do another round of random encounters. And this time it's going to be between YX and Writer. Like, visy doesn't have any encounter at all. It will be only fighting on the final position. Which, I mean, can happen. If we had more people, I guess the probability of that happening would be lower.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it would make sense to put some sort of algorithm that gives preference to picking someone who hasn't battled the previous random encounter. So like on a list, sort order by people who haven't been fighting at all yet, instead of repeating the same person over and over. So yeah. Anyways, this fight is between YX and Writer. So I'm going to show YX's shader right now. I just realized that I didn't have the result of the voting on the screen, so you guys didn't see. But anyways.
Well, the stream doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, the stream is destroying it.
It's encoding or freezing it too much.
Encoder is just dying horribly.
It looks great on my screen.
Yeah, it looks great on mine.
Anyways, this was
I want to
y-axis.
slow down time or something to make it more viewable.
And now we have writers. I'm still unsure what this form is supposed to be. It sort of looks like a teapot now and again.
Yeah, well, like a kettle thingy. For Turkish coffee, I guess, and that's the steam coming out.
Okay, so people, time to vote between YX and writer. Who do you think is the best and should move forward to the next round? Who won last round? Writer did.
I think I'm gonna leave the stream.
Okay. Thank you for joining. Thank you for helping.
I have
Nice
no
shader.
problem. Thank you for having me.
GG. Have a
Bye.
nice day.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
So one thing that was interesting was that we didn't spike the CPU at all, which was remarkable. Not when I have real words. So now it's between YX and writer. So last moments to vote. This is YX's effect. Oh, it changes between black background and white background.
Just testing something. I think I prefer it with the white background.
Yeah,
Looks nicer.
I'm forced to agree. Even though I'm a black at heart kind of person, I think the effect looks better like this.
Yeah.
This is writer's effect. So vote now. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. This decision is was a bit faster. At least people voted faster. So YX is gonna pass to the next round, and we're gonna cut writer off from this. And the last round that we have left is, of course, YX versus VC.
By default.
VC currently has a white screen, so this is going to be a very easy vote if it doesn't
Call it
fix
the
that.
starting point.
Oh, don't worry. It's okay. I can hold on.
Have 2 white screens in protest. And the truck wants to have a new vote for Blackle's new shader.
I mean, I can. There we go. You can do a grey screen, no music. If you just mute the music, but
Yeah, that's an easier thing to vote. Yeah, Blackle's new effect looks pretty dope. Should have made this faster, Blackle. Okay, so between YX and VC, you have to vote now. This is YX's effect, as you already seen before on TV. And this is Visy's current effect. So wavy.
Alright, right.
Okay, so hard decision times. You have to vote. Vote now. Again, this is
I realized I was
y-axis.
muted.
Now, were you saying something?
Oh, nothing really.
Truck votes for your new version of the effect to reinstate you back into the race.
I'm glad.
So this is y-axis shader and this is VC's shader. This is a whole lot of white right now. Now it's yellow. Okay. Experimental stuff, as you would expect from VC.
You know you can use the clipboard for changing like through your whole effect history. This is what I learned in the previous competition. That if you just do like 500 effects during the live stream, then you can just undo and change between all those effects really quickly.
Yeah, just decide on the best one that you've made so far.
Yeah. I never really seen. Well, some people have like gone for their like previous drafts. That's what I always. If I screw up, then I can at least go back.
Okay, so the big final between these two, YX and VC. Anyone left to vote? Vote now or forever hold your peace, whatever it's called. Truck is saying after elimination you get a chance to come back once after all people have gone in once. Like double elimination, I think it's called. And that's a possibility. I mean, I could... don't know how I would... I mean, I could just count the number of times you got eliminated. And by the second one, you're really gone. That would massively make the whole thing longer, though. But it's a possibility. Anyways, it seems that YX has won this Shader Royale test session. So congratulations, YX.
Oh, welcome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm horribly out of practice, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Turned out pretty alright.
Maybe PS your concepts, like you mentioned some good ideas how to polish this, but I think you got something here. This might work.
Yeah, I really like how the GPU and CPU didn't completely crap itself, so that's a good indicator. I didn't like the whole positioning and switching between things. I don't think I'm gonna reopen a few of the other while we just talk. If any of you wants to just head out because they have something better to do, you're fine to do. Otherwise, you can chat and give me some feedback, what you think works, what you think didn't work. That would be highly appreciated, but not mandatory.
I think I should have prepared for this because I didn't know what I was doing.
Do you usually prepare for Shader Showdown, though?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of similar. I think the main advantage between Royale to the Shader Showdown is that you only have to do one shader, so you only have to have one good idea, and then work on it and polish it up. As opposed to the Shader Showdown, if you pass the first round, you need to do another shader for the next round. So it becomes a bit more, I don't know, heavy, imposing. But you guys tell me, you're the ones who usually participate on Shader Showdown. What do you think?
Could you run that by me again? Not paying attention.
I was saying, comparing to Shader Showdown, on Shader Showdown you have to do like 2, maybe 3 shaders, depending on how many rounds there are. And the Shader Royale, you just do 1, and then you keep improving it. So it's less stuff you have to prepare overall. So what do you guys think in terms of that? Does it make things easier? Does it really matter?
I think this is like more like freestyle, where it's like you said, you're just continuously working on the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just freestyle isn't a competition. Yeah, I think it's just a different strategy overall, because like freestyle, like Shader Showdown is like you have to plan for like, because normally what I do is I find like 3 or so, or maybe even 2 shaders, and then I have to decide in terms of strategy which I do first. Because it's like I might do my best one in the first round because I want to like at least win one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the strategy here is more to have something good on screen before the first kind of essentially voting round.
Yeah.
Like if you have mistakes early on, then you can get dropped really quickly.
Yeah.
I wanted to allow people to copy paste some stuff to facilitate like getting the setup on, because I think no one really enjoys those first 15 minutes of Shader Showdown where you're just typing the rotation for the matrices and setting up the SDF for a box. I mean, it's boring for everyone, for who is watching and for you guys that you already know how to code it back and forth. So I thought that maybe you could copy paste some stuff, but it's a bit hard to define where the line should be on what you should be allowed to copy paste and what ends up just feeling like you're copying the whole shader that you previously done.
Yeah. I don't know. I think to me, I think a lot of the fun is going from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's kind of cool in a way. I think like part of the strategy too is like, do you want like writer basically keeps the screen black until they're done. But like my strategy is I want to get something on screen as fast as possible. So there's a strategy there about like what do you want? Do you want to please the crowd or do you want to like shock them?
If you know they're going up for the first random encounter, you start putting stuff on screen just so you don't get voted out. But then it might be a little bit too late. I mean, you have like 5 minutes of voting time.
I agree with blackle actually. That part of the fun of the Shader Showdown is to start from scratch. Also, I'd be a bit. No, I'm not worried, but I wonder where you draw the line. Like
for copy pasting, yeah.
Yeah, because whatever, there's so many styles PS, and like my copy and pasting won't, the blackle would want a different boilerplate or whatever, and I think when you start with a tunnel, it's really nice and fair as well somehow, because we all start from the same. It's like I don't know, in Formula One, they all drive the same car. It's cool, we all start from the same level. I think I have to agree with that. Anyway, I have to agree with blackle on that, yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I still think that what we did here was fun.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Shader Royale is not good, by the way. I enjoyed it. I think it's fun. I was a bit confused as to exactly what I thought the head-to-head would. Yeah, I thought we'd vote for all shaders at the same time. I mean, I thought that
we could do that as well.
20 minutes, you vote all the shaders, and then.
And one starts getting thrown out every round, and you start culling the
audience votes every 5 minutes. I don't know. I mean, this is just an idea, but the audience votes every 5 to 10 minutes after 20 minutes, and then
I mean, in practical terms, in practical terms, for us implementing, it would be easier. The only hard part I see in that is showing all of the shaders in the first rounds, because if you have like, I don't know, 16, you're not going to go every single one of them, and whoever gets thrown out is going to complain, because you only showed my shader for like 20 seconds when it was
that's a good point,
just
but
a black
would you
screen.
ever get 16 though?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. Also, I'm excited by the idea of there being 16 live coders.
Yeah. I was gonna say that as well.
Is the live coding scene big enough to support that?
Yeah.
If we get more Shader Toy people, I know there are a lot of people active on Shader Toy that just
That's a good point,
never bothered. And if it's like a specific time and just a one-time thing, it's one of the things that I feel like the Shader Showdown is a bit of a drawback, is that you have to be there at least twice. And for people who have a busy schedule, that becomes, they can't commit to that. And if you only have to be here for like 1-2 hours once, it makes it a lot easier to participate, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And also, there'll be so many people that even if you get cut off, you don't feel like shamed as much as if you're doing a Shader Showdown where you're like head-to-head and everyone is looking at you,
Yeah.
But
so it's more better for newbies, I think.
Just roll the dice.
Did a page where I just click fight between the people who are not thrown out yet. So it's roll of the dice right now. But I kind of like the idea of voting for everyone a bit better than the one
Isn't
that.
there a way that, like, I don't know, maybe it's a bit too gamified or something, but you have a pool of likes and you can kind of throw it at people. I don't know, like, I'm seeing it almost like, you know, when you go Facebook Lives and you keep seeing all these likes and pop up.
That would be cool, yeah.
But I don't know, like, how could you?
I could do that
ideally,
by
you got
code.
500 people voting at the same time, and you can do that. But if you
I could do that by code. I could do that by code. Like put like a bot on Twitch, and whenever people do like hashtag flopine or whatever, I could put flopine's shader, something like that.
Sure.
That's easy to implement.
Yeah,
And do a counter out of that.
yeah. You could
Not
get.
sure.
You could vote on Twitter. That's a very good point. I'm a web
Mm-hmm.
dev as well. I'd done stuff like that before. Totally, you can crawl
Mm-hmm.
a hashtag, and then if it's hashtag shader royale, hashtag flopine, then that's one vote for her, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Chuck is saying
I
on
think
the
I'm going to
chat.
head out now, folks.
Okay.
This-
Thanks for joining. Thanks for participating.
Yeah, thank you for running it. It was good fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad you
Congrats,
enjoyed it.
YX. And nice to see you back on the scene. I mean, the shader scene.
Yeah, it's been a little while. But, yeah. Anyway, take care, folks.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Okay. I think we're gonna close the stream as well relatively soon. Some people still chatting on the Truck is chatting on the chat. Wonders if you could do a pre-recorded thing with keystrokes where it records the keystrokes and then it gets played back. Technically speaking, we're already doing that, but then also fake their shaders more. So don't know. Don't really like
I mean,
that
it's
idea.
it's all on the honor system anyway.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you
especially
could
when it's
still
online,
copy paste
but-
some stuff right now.
To be honest, there's always going to be a way that someone could cheat anyway, as we all know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an online thing, you know.
Mhm.
But I think if we all agree not to, I don't know. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's a competition, and yeah, we like it, and you know, there's no point in winning if you cheated. Basically.
It might be like a troll just to mess up with the system at some point, but we still haven't seen that.
I was afraid of this in the beginning of the whole online shader showdown thing, but after a couple of rounds, I really don't see someone just cheating to win because they'll feel like shit after they've won.
Yeah.
And to be on a level where you can win, you have to be experienced with showdowns. I don't think anyone who frequents showdowns really has the urge to just win for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's a very
I
good
think
point, Royale.
it's okay in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe some noob who just comes in and suddenly smashes everyone up. But still, though, as you said, you would feel like shit. Day after, I'd be like, yeah, I won. Yeah, but I cheated. So yeah,
Yeah.
you won nothing really.
They have this sometimes in the speedrunning community where someone will like fake it. But
Yeah.
You can usually like they have like people who sort of like review like the recordings to see if like there's any suspect stuff. But I mean like I think shader live code is small enough that I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah. Okay, a lot of food for thought. Thank you guys for participating on this test. I'm left with more questions than answers now. I will have to do some
Sorry,
soul
yes,
searching.
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna add something. I thought though, like when you're showing the shaders, you could obviously code it somehow in OBS so that everyone gets the same airtime.
Yeah. I could do like a timer or something and do exactly the same time.
And this way, maybe you could rotate throughout, and maybe you could vote for all shaders.
And keep
rather than-
rotating
I
them
don't know,
regardless
yeah,
of what's
just a
happening.
suggestion.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys for joining. We're gonna end the stream here.
Yeah. Thanks for
Tomorrow we're
organizing.
gonna. Yeah, you're welcome. Tomorrow we're gonna have another work schedule stream, just me coding on stuff for Inertia. So if anyone wants to hang out, feel free to join around the same time, 9 p.m. Lisbon time. Otherwise, see you everyone around. Bye bye everyone. Take care.
Yeah. you now.
Bye.
Thanks
Have a good
everyone.
one.
Cheers.
See you.
Cheers.
Bye.